Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about the first chapter of your organic chemistry. It is haloalkanes and haloarenes. What are these haloalkanes and haloarenes? So if you look at the heading, they are halogen derivatives of alkanes and arenes. What are alkanes? They are aliphatic hydrocarbons, and what are arenes? They are aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons and aliphatic hydrocarbons you have already learnt in your first year, right? Now before even start this chapter, the question is, why should we study these haloalkanes and haloarenes? The answer is, both synthetic as well as naturally occurring compounds, that is haloalkanes and haloarenes, they have got various applications in medicine as well as research. Okay, in medicine these compounds are used for the treatment of fevers like typhoid and malaria, and even for the treatment of goiter. And nowadays these compounds are used as anesthetic agents during surgery. And in industries, these haloalkanes and haloarenes are used as solvents in so many chemical reactions, as well as they are also used as starting material for the preparation of various organic compounds. Now come to the point. So how we can define these haloalkanes and haloarenes? As I previously said, haloalkanes or haloarenes, they are derivatives of alkanes and arenes. Okay, so here you have to take alkane. So what is an alkane? Alkane is an aliphatic hydrocarbon. So let me take a simple example of alkane, that is methane. Okay, CH4. So in methane we can see here 4 hydrogen atoms are there. So if I replace the hydrogen atoms of this methane by halogen atom, then it becomes derivative of halogen or simply haloalkane. So for example, so if I replace any of the hydrogen atom with halogen, halogen is group 17 element and it's represented by the letter X. So it becomes CH3X. So it is known as haloalkane, that is derivative of alkane. Okay, now I can also replace other hydrogen atoms with halogen. So if I replace another hydrogen, then it becomes CH2X. This is also your haloalkane. I can also replace 2 more hydrogen atoms. If I replace another hydrogen atom with halogen, it is also your haloalkane. And I can also replace the last hydrogen atom with halogen. This is also your haloalkane. Same way, haloarenes means they are the halogen derivatives of aromatic hydrocarbons. So what are aromatic hydrocarbons? They are hydrocarbons containing benzene ring. So how to write benzene ring? So that is a cyclic compound with alternate single and double bonds. Okay, and molecular formula of benzene is, it is C6H6, means it contains 6 hydrogen atoms in it. Okay, if I replace the hydrogen atoms of the benzene with halogen, so if I replace any of the hydrogen atom with halogen, it becomes C6H5X or like this. So this is haloarene. I can also replace all the 5 hydrogen atoms of benzene with halogen, then also it becomes haloarene. Okay, so haloarenes and haloalkanes, they are nothing but derivatives of hydrocarbons. It may be of aliphatic hydrocarbon or aromatic hydrocarbon. Okay, and how they are obtained? They are obtained by the replacement of 1 or more hydrogen atoms by equal number of halogen atoms. Okay, I hope you understood these things. Now let's move further, that is about the classification of these compounds. Classification of haloalkanes and haloarenes. These compounds can be classified in several ways. So let us discuss it one by one. So first classification, that is based on the number of halogen atoms present in the compound. So based on the number of halogen atoms present, they are classified as, so that is based on the number of halogens present, based on the number of halogen present in the compound, they are classified as mono, di, tri, tetra, halo compounds. Okay, so let me explain it by considering one example. So that is CH3X. So if you look at the structure of this compound, it contains one halogen atom. So therefore it is called as mono-halo. What is this? This is alkane. So it is mono-halo-alkane. So where mono represents the number of halogens present. So there is one halogen atom here, therefore it is called as mono-halo-alkane. Same way we can also classify haloarenes. So that is, if I take example of this, so this is also an aromatic compound, contains aromatic ring with one halogen atom attached. So therefore it's known as monohaloarene. Okay, so one type of classification. And next, so another example, this one. So here I took ethane and I replaced 2 hydrogen atoms of the ethane by 2 halogen atoms. Therefore, so it becomes dihaloalkane. So di means 2 halogen atoms. So therefore, it's another classification, that is dihaloalkane. Same way we have dihaloarenes where 2 halogen atoms with the aromatic ring. So it is dihaloarene and this one is dihaloalkanes. Same way we can also have trihalo compounds. This compound with the 3 halogen atoms, it is trihaloarene. Okay, same way we have trihaloarenes. Okay, so this is about the classification of these compounds based on the number of halogen atoms attached. So monohaloalkane, if it contains 1 halogen atom, then dihaloalkanes if it contains 2 halogen atoms, and trihaloalkanes with the 3 halogen atoms attached. Okay, so this is one type of classification. So further, this now we have to concentrate on this. So in this chapter we are going to study about this compound, that is monohaloalkane. So further, these monohaloalkanes are classified into 2 types, that is based on the type of hybridization of carbon to which halogen attached. Okay. So next is the classification of monohaloalkanes based on the type of hybridization of carbon atom to which halogen atom is attached. That means, so if I represent alkyl halides or haloalkanes as Rx, this R, it is an alkyl group, and we know that alkyl group, it contains carbon atom. So based on the type of hybridization of this carbon atom, so monohaloalkanes are classified into 2 types. So let us see one by one. The first one, that is sp3 hybridized CH bond. So first classification. So here the name itself indicates the carbon atom to which halogen atom is attached is sp3 hybridized. So let me have an example here. So simple example, that is CH3X. So now you have to look at this carbon atom. So this carbon atom is our prime prime carbon atom to which halogen is attached. So if you look at this carbon atom, so this carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. How to identify the hybridization of carbon? So just look at the bonds around it. If it contains only single bonds around it, then that carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. Okay, so it's an example for what? sp3 hybridized C-hex bond. Okay, so further let me have few more examples. So this sp3 hybridized C-hex bond, under this we have further 3 classifications. Okay, so they are namely alkyl halides, and next one is allylic halides, and the last one is benzylic halides. So under sp3 hybridized C-hex bond, we have 3 more classification. They are alkyl halides, allylic halides and benzylic halides. In all these 3 cases, the prime carbon atom, that means the carbon atom having halogen atom, is sp3 hybridized only. Okay, so now what are the difference between these 3? So let us see one by one. So first one is alkyl halide. As the name indicates, so what is alkyl halide? It is nothing but halogen with alkyl group. So what is an alkyl group? Alkyl group is nothing but, so you have heard about alkanes, right? Alkanes. So if you remove one hydrogen atom from this alkane, then that results in the formation of alkyl group. For example, if I have what is this? Ethane. So ethane, so if I remove any hydrogen atom either from here or from here, and if I write it like this, then it becomes ethyl. So what is alkyl group? Remove one hydrogen atom from alkane, which results in the formation of alkyl group. So it is from ethane we will get ethyl group. From methane we have methane CH4. If I remove one hydrogen atom from this, it becomes CH3, and this is methyl. Okay. So what are alkyl halides? So alkyl halides means halogen with the alkyl group. So if you substitute any halogen in the place of the hydrogen removed, it becomes alkyl halide. So if you look at the hybridization of carbon atom, so this carbon atom, so this is our prime carbon atom to which halogen is attached, and this is sp3 hybridized. Again, if you look at this, this is also sp3 hybridized. Okay, so this is one type of compound under sp3 hybridized C-hex bond. Okay, so in this, let us write few more examples. So first one, and second one, okay. In all these 3 cases, the prime carbon atom is sp3 hybridized only, but here in this case, this carbon atom is attached to one alkyl group. R represents alkyl group, and alkyl group contains carbon in it. So that means in first case, the carbon atom, that is prime carbon atom, it is attached to only one carbon atom, so it is known as primary alkyl halide. Okay, so primary alkyl halide means the prime carbon atom, that means the carbon bearing your halogen atom is attached to one carbon atom, one extra carbon atom, so that is considered as primary alkyl halide. So if you look at second example, here this is a prime carbon atom and it is bonded to 2 alkyl groups. That means how many carbon atoms? 2 more carbon atoms. This carbon atom is bonded to 2 more carbon atoms, and this alkyl halide is known as secondary alkyl halide. And in the last case, this carbon atom is bonded to 3 alkyl groups, that means it is bonded to 3 more carbon atoms, therefore this is known as tertiary alkyl halide. So under alkyl halide we have primary alkyl halide, secondary alkyl halide and tertiary alkyl halide. So this is about alkyl halides. Next come to allylic halides. So what are allylic halides? This one is also a type of what? sp3 hybridized CX bond only, but the difference is here also what? The prime carbon atom is sp3 hybridized only, but this sp3 hybridized carbon, that is in turn linked to an sp2 hybridized carbon. So let us see an example. Okay, so this is an example for allylic halide. So what are allylic halide? So allylic halide means, so prime carbon atom, that is sp3 hybridized carbon atom is bonded to an sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay, and this carbon is known as allylic carbon. Okay, so this allylic halide, it comes under same classification. Why? Because halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon only. Okay, but this sp3 hybridized carbon is adjacent to doubly bonded carbon atom, that means an sp2 hybridized carbon atom. So this class of compounds are called as allylic halides. And the last one, that is benzylic halide. So benzylic halide is also similar to this allylic halide. The difference is the name itself indicates. So there is a benzene ring. So that means the carbon atom having halogen atom, it is attached to an aromatic ring. So let me have an example. Okay, so which is your prime carbon atom? So prime carbon atom is this one. So that is sp3 hybridized only. So what I told, sp3 hybridized means, so only single bonds are there around this carbon atom. But this sp3 hybridized carbon, it is directly linked to what? To aromatic system. So aromatic system, all carbon atoms are sp2 hybridized only. So these two are almost similar, but here it is called allylic halides and this one is known as benzylic halide. Please note here halogen atom is not directly attached to benzene ring. So this is not your benzylic. So if I write it like this, what it indicates, here halogen atom is attached to what? sp2 hybridized carbon. So this is not your benzylic halide. So benzylic halide means halogen must be bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon and that sp3 hybridized carbon, that is next to an aromatic system. So these are about the classification of what? Haloalkanes, in which carbon attached to halogen atom is sp3 hybridized. Under that we have 3 types: alkyl halides, allylic halides and benzylic halides. So alkyl halides means what? Halogen which is directly attached to an alkyl group. So under this we have 3 more classes: primary, secondary and tertiary. And allylic halides means here the carbon which is bonded to halogen atom, it is adjacent to what? Doubly bonded carbon atoms. And benzylic halide means here carbon having halogen atom is adjacent to benzene ring or an aromatic ring. So this is about the classification under sp3 hybridized CX bond. We have one more type, that is what? The next type, that is carbon with the sp2 hybridized CX bond. So under this we have 2 more types. So first one, that is vinyl halides and aryl halides. So vinyl and aryl. So in both the cases, this carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. So sp2 hybridized means around that carbon atom there is a double bond. So let us see one by one. What are these vinyl and what are these aryl halides? So vinyl halide means see, look at this compound. So here this halogen atom is directly attached to a carbon atom which is involved in double bond. So that means this carbon atom is sp2 hybridized, and this class of compounds are called as vinyl halide, and this carbon atom is known as vinyl carbon. Okay, it's pretty simple. Halogen must be bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon, and this group is known as vinyl group, and this compound is known as vinyl halide. And what about aryl halide? So here halogen is directly attached to aromatic ring. So if you write a compound like this, so halogen atom which is directly attached to aromatic system. So this carbon, see, carbon to which halogen atom is attached, that is sp2. So as I told, all the carbon atoms of benzene ring, they are all sp2 hybridized because there is alternate double bonds, double and single bonds in this aromatic ring. So therefore this carbon atom is sp2 hybridized, and this class of compounds are called as aryl halides. Okay, so this is about the classification of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Okay, first we studied about the classification based on number of halogen atoms. Under that we took monohaloalkanes. So under monohaloalkanes we have two types. First one, that is carbon with sp3 hybridized. Under that we have three more types: alkyl halides, vinyl halides and benzylic halides. Here second type of classification, that is sp2 hybridized CX bond. Under that we have two more classification: vinyl halides and aryl halides. So this is about the classification of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Okay, let's move further. So that is about nomenclature. So many of these organic compounds, they have both common as well as systematic IUPAC names. Okay, let's discuss about common as well as IUPAC name of haloalkanes and haloarenes. It's pretty simple. So under common naming, haloalkanes, they are named as alkyl halides. Okay, I'll explain it by considering or by taking some examples. So under common naming, they are named as alkyl halides, and in IUPAC system they are named as haloalkanes. Okay, so here the word alkyl followed by the halogen present, that is named as halide. Here in IUPAC system they are named as halogen derivatives of hydrocarbons, that is as haloalkanes. Okay, so let's discuss few examples here. So first one, let's start with the simplest one, that is with one carbon atom, so CH3Br. Okay, so CH3Br, how to write the common name of this compound? So common name of this compound, it is named as alkyl halide. So where alk represents number of carbon atoms in your compound. So here how many carbon atoms are there? 1. So 1 means it is meth, right? So it is named as methyl. Which halogen is there? That is bromine. So that bromine is named as bromide. So common name of this compound is methyl bromide. And how to write the IUPAC name? So while naming or in systematic naming, that is under IUPAC system, we have certain rules to name the compound, right? So that is you have to select a carbon chain as parent chain, and you have to number that parent chain. So according to so many rules, I am not going to discuss about all those things. So I will directly write the IUPAC name of this compound. So that is named as haloalkane. So here, so reverse of this. So here alkyl is written first, followed by halide. Here halogen, the name of halogen in the form of halo, that is written first, followed by root word. So that is followed by the name of alkane. So which halogen atom is there? Here bromine is there. So that is written as bromo alk. Alk again, it represents number of carbon atoms. So one carbon atom is there. It is meth, and only single bonds are there. So it is methane. So IUPAC name of this compound is bromomethane. So let me have another example. So it is CH3, CH2, CH2Cl. Okay. So how to write the common name? It is again alkyl halide. So alkyl halide, how many carbon atoms are there? 3 carbon atoms are there. So 3 carbon atoms means it is prop, right? So it is prop, and it is written as propyl. So which halogen is there? It is chlorine, and it is written as propyl chloride. And since it is a straight chain, and the name of this compound is N-propyl chloride. And so under IUPAC naming, so you have to select the parent chain, and this is your parent chain, and you have to number the parent chain from this side. That is 1, 2 and 3. So at first carbon atom you have your substituent, that is halogen. So which halogen is there? Chlorine. So therefore IUPAC system, the name will be 1-chloropropane. So this is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay. So let's practice few more examples. Okay. So next compound. So how to write the common name of this compound? See. So which alkyl group is there here? So again it is a chain with the 3 carbon atoms only. That means propyl only, but here the chain is branched. So this, in this case the chain is straight chain. So therefore I have written N-propyl. But in this case one branching is there, and we know that this group is known as iso, right? So this is isopropyl chloride. So isopropyl chloride is a common name of this compound. And IUPAC system, again you have to select the parent chain, carbon chain, and you have to number this carbon chain. So I can number it from this side or this side, both are one and same. So here at second position we have chlorine. So while writing the IUPAC name, you have to write the name of substituent group along with this position. So at second position I have chlorine. So the name of this compound starts with 2-chloro, next the root word. So that is 3 carbon atoms are there. So 3 means it is propane. So IUPAC name of this compound is 2-chloropropane. Okay. So next, so let me have few more. CH3, CH3, CH2Br. Okay. So IUPAC common name. So how many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is butyl, but there is one branching. So this group, that is known as iso group, and therefore the common name of this compound is iso. Next the number of carbon atoms 1, 2, 3, 4. That is isobutyl halide. So which halogen is there? Bromine. So it is isobutyl bromide. Okay, so common name. And IUPAC name, again you have to select the longest possible chain along with your substituent group. So this is your parent chain, and you have to number the chain, that is 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you have to write the name of substituent group as prefixes. So there are two substituent groups. First one is bromine and CH3. The prefix word for CH3 is methyl, and while arranging that prefixes, first you have to write bromine and methyl. Why? Because bromine comes first in your alphabet, so therefore you have to write it like this: 1 bromo. So at second position we have methyl, it is 1 bromo, 2 methyl, 1, 2, 3, it is propane. Okay, so this is IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, so far we have written the names, that is common names and IUPAC names of mono-halo compounds, right? In all these examples, so there is only one halogen atoms, so only one halogen atoms are there. So now let's move, or let's try to name the dihalo compounds. How to name dihalo compounds? So, okay, naming of dihalo compounds. It is CH2, CH, Cl and CHCl. Okay, so if you look at this compound, there are two halogen atoms, and these two halogen atoms are present on same carbon atom. So let me have another example. So this is also dihalo compound, but difference is here two halogen atoms are present on same carbon atom, but here two halogen atoms are present on adjacent carbon atoms. So here this compound, so where halogen atoms are present on same carbon atom, so they are known as geminal dihalides. Okay, it's not its name, just they are generally called as gem dihalides, and this compound where two halogen atoms are present on adjacent carbon atoms, they are known as vicinal dihalides. Okay, so this one also you have studied in your previous classes. So geminal dihalide and vicinal dihalide. Now come to the point, how to name these compounds. So in common naming, so geminal dihalides are named as alkylidene halides. Okay, geminal dihalides are named as alkylidene halides, whereas vicinal dihalides are named as alkylene dihalides. So this is what? The common naming of geminal and vicinal dihalides. See, come to this example. So what's the common name of this compound? Alk. Alk means number of carbon atoms. How many carbon atoms are there? 2 carbon atoms. 2 means you have to write eth. So it becomes ethylidene halide. Which halogen is there? Chlorine is there. So it is ethylidene chloride. So common name of geminal dihalide. So here, so vicinal dihalide, it is named as alkylene dihalide. So again alk represents number of carbon atoms. Again the number is same, it is ethylene dihalide. So dichloride. So it's a common name. IUPAC name, again rules are same. So you have to select the parent chain. So again you have to number that parent chain, so that the carbon with substituent group should get the least number. So here on first carbon atom we have 2 chlorine atoms attached. So IUPAC name, it becomes 1, 1. 2 halogen atoms are there. So that is 1, 1 dihalo what? Sorry, dihalo. So dihalo means here it is chlorine. It is dichloroethane. ethane. So it is 1, 1. So here this number indicates that 2 chlorine atoms are attached on same carbon atom. So it is 1, 1 dichloroethane. And come to this, how to name this compound. So here again select the parent chain, IUPAC name of this compound, select parent chain and number your parent chain as 1, 2, and here the positions are 1, 2 dichloroethane. See, 1, 2 means what? 2 halogen atoms are present on adjacent carbon atoms. This is how we'll name geminal dihalides and vicinal dihalides. There is no separate rules for this IUPAC nomenclature. So same rules for monohalo compounds and dihalo compounds, same rules will be followed. Okay. So now come to the nomenclature of what? So far we discussed about only haloalkanes. Now come to the nomenclature of haloarenes. Okay, so nomenclature of haloarenes. So it's pretty simple. So let us have the easiest example with one halogen atom attached to benzene ring. So in this common name as well as IUPAC name, so they are same, both are same. So they are named as haloarene. Okay, so where both in IUPAC system as well as in common system, haloarenes are named as haloarenes only, where halo represents the halogen attached, that is chloro. What is arene here? So arene, aromatic system present in this example is benzene. So therefore the name of this compound is chlorobenzene. So both IUPAC as well as common name, so they are same, chlorobenzene. So if I have a substituted one, so let me have this example. Okay, so di substituted. So this is also an example for haloarene only. So where halogen atom is attached. So in this di substituted benzene, so there is a slight difference in IUPAC naming and common name. So in common name, the position of substituent groups, they are written as ortho, meta and para. Okay, so while writing the IUPAC system, the positions are represented or written in terms of numbers, and in common naming, the positions are represented or written as ortho, meta and para. So if two substituent groups are present at 1, 2 positions, then that is named as ortho. If two substituent groups are present at 1, 3 position, if chlorine is present at this position, then in common system that is written as meta, and if two substituent groups are present at 1, 4 position, then that is written as para, only in common system. So in IUPAC system, you have to write the positions by mentioning the number of position of substituent group with numbers. Okay, so now let me name this compound. See, so two substituent groups are present at 1 and 2 position. So 1 and 2 position means I have to write ortho. So common name of this compound is ortho, or simply just write a letter O, ortho. So here the parent chain that is taken, so this one is a parent chain, so toluene, CH, that is a toluene, and this is your parent chain, and to this parent chain at second position we have halogen, so this is written as orthochlorotoluene. Okay, so it is known as orthochlorotoluene. Okay, so let me have one more example here. If two substituent groups present are identical, so if two substituent groups on benzene ring are identical, so then how to name this compound? So that is named as, again, two substituent groups are at 1 and 2 position, so that is ortho. So same way. So how we named dihaloalkenes, in same way we have to name this haloarenes, that is ortho. How many halogen atoms are there? 2 halogen atoms are there. It is ortho di. Which halogen is there? That is chlorine. So it is dichlorobenzene. So this is the common name. IUPAC name. So it is at 1 and 2 position we have chlorine. It is 1, 2 dichlorobenzene. Okay. So if this chlorine is present at this position, then the name becomes what? Meta dichlorobenzene, and in IUPAC system it becomes 1, 3 dichlorobenzene. Again, if chlorine is present at this position, then it becomes para dichlorobenzene, and in IUPAC system it becomes 1, 4 dichlorobenzene. So this is about the nomenclature of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Okay. So let's wind up this session for today, and we'll meet up in the next video. Thank you.